welcome on into our tarot spread for the week ahead. This is for the week of Monday, September 8th, 2025. And I am camping near Lake Alpine, California, which is pretty much south of Lake Tahoe and north of Yosemite. So if you meet in the middle, you'll find Lake Alpine. Apparently also the least populated county in California, so there is some trivia for you. And because because my internet connection, etc., is not that great, I have pre-shuffled our cards and pre-drawn our cards here. And also forgot my tripod, so I'm holding my camera, so I apologize if it's a little wobbly. I'm trying the best I can here. This week we're using The Quiet Rebel Tarot by Lynn Thurman. I actually backed this on Kickstarter, and it was fulfilled very quickly, and I love this deck. This deck is a lot of fun. There are both the traditional names for the cards and some non-traditional sort of keywords sort of names for the cards. But as I'm holding this and trying to record this while holding this, let's jump right in. So our theme for the week is Nine of Pentacles, which in this deck is also known as the Life Upgrade. And on her champagne bottle it says, "Living my best life." We have a very glamorous sort of 1920s looking lady with her champagne, and she's dressed to the nines. And dressed to the nines, it's a Nine of Pentacles, hey. But Nine of Pentacles to me is a card, traditionally a word associated with it would be luxury. And for me, this card is more so about what does luxury mean to you? What does an abundance in life mean to you? What does living your best life mean to you? And although Pentacles is our suit of money and wealth might not be everybody's goal. Maybe your best life is getting to have your coffee on your deck in the morning and listening to the birds and, playing with your kids, or, reading a book, having a moment to read a book you're really looking forward to by yourself. So that luxury, the wealth, the abundance, it doesn't have to be money. Let me see if let's see if we can bring it up there so you can see that a little better. There we go. So that's what our theme of the week is. Maybe examining, what does a rich life mean to you? What does abundance mean to you? Maybe thinking about how can you invite more of that in your life this week? Maybe enjoying some of the things that you know already are that abundance for you. And frankly, hey, if actual money, if wealth is what abundance means to you, no judgment, you go for that too. Maybe some time to look into your financial planning, looking into some new investments or something, if that's what wealth means to you. But really, Nine of Pentacles, we are living our best life this week. For Monday today, we have the Knight of Wands, which in this deck is the Blaze Runner. And this is just letting our creativity, our passion, our enthusiasm drive us forward. Whatever that is, again, that we're trying to do, whether it's a work project, a health project, like running a marathon is my classic example. Maybe it's, taking a relationship to another level. Whatever it is that we are passionate, we are enthusiastic about, Knight of Wands says we're going for it. We are going for it. We are not thinking twice. We are not overthinking it at all, because wands are fire. They are not about thinking. So let this passion drive you forward for Monday. For Tuesday, we've got Page of Wands. So we've got the Flamethrower. We've got 2 wands right in a row early this week. That's a lot of fire. And our Page of Wands is sort of the spark. It's the flamethrower, so it's what gets the fire started. So moving ahead, harness any creative sparks you find, any little inklings of ideas, any little sparks that pop up, basically, is what I've got there. Maybe we see some stars here. Maybe they're from the sparkler. watch them, follow them, see where they go. Maybe they're from, maybe they're the stars, so use that to guide you where you put your fire. But yeah, harnessing that creative energy, driving forward, and keeping an eye out for additional little sparks, additional little messages that help take us where we need to be for this week. For Wednesday, we have the Chariot, which the tagline here is the wild ride. And I think here, in conjunction with everything else, is knowing what we want our best life to be, knowing what makes us feel rich, knowing what makes us feel abundant, having the passion, the drive, the enthusiasm, that creative energy to move us forward, and to move us forward into something new, to pay attention to those little ideas and use that drive to move us forward. And then harnessing that Chariot energy. The Chariot really is about moving on unafraid to a new journey in life, usually with ourselves. We've done the inner work, and now we're moving on to something new. We're ready to sort of shed those outdated impressions of ourselves. We're ready to shed those outdated ideas, and we're really ready to move on to whatever is next. And we're going to use this drive, this fire, to bring us there. And then for Thursday, and I believe this is what we had last week as well, for Thursday we have the End Game, which is our death card. And so again, death really is about a rebirth. It's about a transition. It's about a transformation. It's about beginning a new cycle. Something has to end in order for us to begin again. Oh, that rhymed. Something has to end for us to begin again. And certainly our fiery energy, our Chariot energy is bringing us through this. We are harnessing all of this to bring us through this transformation. And at the end of that, we're going to be living our best life. I am really sorry that I keep moving the camera. But at the end of that, we're going to be living our best life. All of this transformation is bringing us to this. And, I don't think I brought this up. Here we go. So you can see it, maybe see it a little better. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm never going to forget my tripod again, I promise. And so then we have, for Friday, we have the 9 of Wands. Lots of wands this week. And 9 of Wands tells us, keep going. It's always darkest before dawn. We might feel like hope is starting to wane. We might feel like it's almost over, especially through this big transformation. It might be, it's probably pretty common to feel like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if this is where I should be headed. I don't know if this is what I want. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't carry this anymore. And 9 of Wands lets you know there is hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's so cliche, but it's true. It is always darkest before dawn. 9 of Wands tells you to take a rest if you need to, but no, you're almost there. Know that you're almost there, because on the other side of it here for Saturday, we have the full house, 10 of Pentacles. And along with our luxury, our abundance, defining what a rich life means to you, we have a full house. So we have abundance. We have so much in our lives. So in the spirit of what does a rich life mean to you, what do you already have that feels abundant? What do you already have to appreciate? Appreciate the material things in your life. Appreciate the abundance of your relationships. Appreciate that you have the good book to read. And that really is our energy here for Saturday. And then on Sunday, I feel like might be a time where we have all this really good, positive, forward moving energy. And then we have 5 of Swords on Sunday, which is the hollow victory. Which I feel like might be our mind trying to play tricks on us. Swords are the suit of air. They are the suit of our intellect, of our mind, of our thoughts. Not necessarily our emotional state, but our mental processes. And I get the impression here that this is something that might rear its ugly head for us, not something necessarily we're going through. So if you have doubts about, yeah, I won, whatever my struggle was, I won, I made it through, but what was the cost? If you have doubts about the victory you've achieved, that's Five of Swords rearing up. If you're filled with any sort of self-doubt about what you've achieved, what this fire is driving you to, what this transformation is, what your rich life means, if you're feeling any doubt about that victory, and feeling like, was it worth it? Was that time I put in at the office worth it to get this stuff? Don't pay attention to this. Really, I mean, it'll be there, but just know that it'll be there. And I feel like that's what the energy is here. It's more of a self-doubt of, was it really worth it? Or, sure, I did all that, but at what cost? And just know that you have all of this. You have all of this goodness. You have this fire, this desire, this transformation that's happened, and it was totally worth it. So don't let Five of Swords get you down on Sunday. Thank you all, as always, for being here this week with me. I apologize. I will never forget my tripod again. So thank you for being with me through my wiggly camera work and through the noise of the generator in the campground running. And thank you all. I will see you next week.